Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Betty, and in today's tutorial we are going to be making these bralettes together. So without wasting more time, stay and let's get into the video. Alright, so for this tutorial we'll need our tape measure, we'll need our hook. This is 3mm hook, and our stitch markers and scissors. So this is what we need for now with our yarn. You can use any color of your choice. Alright, so to start our work, we'll start with our knots, and to make a knot I'll chain 2 chains, then pull my yarn from down like this. So here I have my knot, and then I'll start making chain of 14, and that is for small size. So if you're making a medium size, you can make 16 chains. If you're making extra large, that is 18, then 2x, that is 20 chains for the start. All right, so then I'll make a double crochet in the third chain from my hook. All right, count 3 chains, then in that third chain, that's when you make your double crochet, your first double crochet, like this. So those 2 chains are our turning point. So next is a double crochet, then you continue with your double crochets until you get to the last chain of that row. Alright, so we are at the end of this row, and this is our last chain, and inside that same last chain make another double crochet inside. Again, that same space, make another double crochet. We have 3 in one place, then chain 2, then inside that same space make another 3 double crochets in the same space. That's 1, that's 2, then 3. Next to be another double crochet in the next stitch. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. So continue with your double crochets again until you get to the end of that row. Then yeah, I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so I'm here at the end of the row, and what I'll do is to chain 2 and turn my work. Inside that chain 2, I'll make a double crochet under that chain 2 stitch like this. Then next is a double crochet, and the next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. So I'll go with my double crochets until I get to the space where I chained 2 before. I'll make 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochet in that chain 2 space, right? Alright, so I'm in this space of chain 2 space where I'm making 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets in the same space, and that is the corner. Then after, I'll make a double crochet on top of the first double crochet like this. Next, another double crochet. Next is another double crochet, and this will be all double crochets until you get to the last stitch at the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row, and this is my last double crochet. and this is how my work is looking. So next I'll chain 2. Always remember to put a double crochet under that chain 2 stitch like this, so that our ending will be straight, our line will be straight. All right, okay. So next is a double crochet, next is another double crochet, then this will be all double crochets until you get to the middle here where there's chain 2 space here. All right, all right. So I'm almost there. I still have 2 double crochets to go. That's one, then the second on top of that double crochet like this. Then inside that chain 2 space, I'll make 2 double crochets in the same space, then chain 2, then that same space another 2 double crochets like this. Okay, so after I'll make a double crochet on top of that double crochet or that stitch, the first stitch. The next is a double crochet, then I'll go with my double crochets again until I get to this end of the row, right? Okay, I'm now at the end of the row and I still have 2 double crochets to go. Then the last double crochet is in between of that chain 2 and double crochet like this, right? So next I'll chain 2 and turn my work and make, always remember to put your double crochet under that chain 2 space in the first stitch like this, and next will be a double crochet, next is another double crochet. So here is all about double crochets, so continue with your double crochets until you get to the middle here, then we'll meet. All right, so I'm at the middle where I'm going to make my shell, and I said when you reach this space where there's chain 2, you make 2 double crochets in the same space. That's 1, then 2, then chain 2, and again 2 double crochets in that same space. Then to continue, just continue with your double crochet on top of that first stitch, then you go back to the end, chain 2, then turn your work and make double crochets in each stitch until you get the total rows of what you want, right? So if you were making a XSS, that is a very small size, you will get 13 rows. If you're making medium, you will get 16 rows, and if you were making large, you will go for 19 rows. Then if you were making XL, that is extra large, that is 22 rows, and 2XX or 2 extra large, that is 25 rows. All right, so continue and get your desired rows that you want, then I'll meet you. All right, so here I am with my finished bra cap, and this is how it looks. I went ahead and had a total of 17 rows, and this is how it is looking. So go ahead and make your second bra cap and I'll meet you. So if this is your first time you joining us, you're most welcome. Please do not forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and share it to many people. Alright, so I'm here with my 2 bra caps, and what we are going to do next is to count your double crochets. Count 5 double crochets and put your stitch markers, all right, on your 51. Count 5 Then on the top of that 5 double crochet, put your stitch marker on top like this. Then let's count it. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, before you get to that chain 2 space. So go ahead and do the same on this one, then meet you. Alright, so to start, I'll start with the chain 2 and turn my work. Then I will make my double crochet in that first stitch like this. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. So here is all double crochets until I get to where I marked my work. All right, then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I'm here, I'm back, and I'm almost getting to where I marked my work. And make sure your last double crochet is in that same stitch where the stitch marker is where you're going to put your last double crochet, inside that same stitch where your stitch marker is, like this. Okay, then here you chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so after chaining 10, we are going to attach it to this part of this side. So this is the same thing you're going to do on this side too. Make sure you make your first double crochet in that first stitch where the stitch marker is, that same stitch, like this. All right, so next is another double crochet in the next stitch. Next is another double crochet in the next stitch, and next is another double crochet in the next stitch. So here is all about double crochets all around. So this is how our work is. We're done joining them together. So what we did, we were joining them together. All right, so now continue with your double crochets until you get to the end, at the end here, then I'll show you. All right, so I'm at the end and I still have like 1 double crochet to go, and this is how to finish my work, like this. Then chain 2. So now we are going to introduce another new thing, and turn your work, then make your first double crochet in that same stitch. Then next is a double crochet. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. And we have a total of 4 double crochets. Then chain 2. Then skip 2. Then in the third stitch, make a double crochet. Next is another one. Those are 2. Next is 3 double crochet. Next is 4 double crochet. Then chain 2, chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 stitches. Then in the third stitch, make a double crochet. So here is 4 double crochets, chain 2 and skip 2, then make 4 other double crochet. So continue, let's get to the middle, then I'll show you what to do in the middle. Okay, so we are the middle. I'll chain 2, then I still have 2 double crochets, but I'll not work in those 2. I'll skip those 2. Then in the first chain, and those chain 10, I'll make a double crochet. Then in that next chain, I'll make another double crochet. Then next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. So I have a total of 4 double crochets. Then I'll still chain my 2 chains. Okay, then skip 2 from the chains. Then in the third, I'll make a double crochet. Like this one. Then next is 2. Next is 3. Then in the last one is 4. So in my chain 10, I have a total of 4 double crochets, chain 2 and 4 double crochets, which is what I wanted. All right. So now we will continue. After you chain your chain 2 now, chain 2 and skip 2, 1, 2. Then in the third, you make a double crochet. Then next it will be another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet. And that will be all. And that's what you're going to do until you get to the end of the row. Then I'll meet you. Alright, so I'm at the end. What I'll need to do is to chain 2, then turn my work, then under that chain 2, I'll make a double crochet. Next is another double crochet. I have 2. Then next I'll chain 2. Then on top of those double crochets, I'll make another double crochet on top of each double crochet to get a total of 4 double crochets. Then 4. So next I'll chain 2 and again make double crochets on top of these 4 double crochets. That's 1 double crochet. Next is 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, then the last 4 double crochets. So this is what you're going to repeat until you get to the middle. Then I'll show you what to do in the middle. Alright, so in the middle is still the same thing. You're going to make your double crochets on top of these 4 double crochets like this. 3 and 4. Then chain 2 and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is what to do. Alright. The next you chain and continue. So this is how our work is looking. You will still continue with this until you get to the end of the row. Then I'll meet you there. Okay, so I'm at the end of this row and I'll make my 2 remaining double crochets like this. Alright, so next I'll chain 2, turn my work, and under that chain 2 I'll make a double crochet. Then next is another double crochet, and next is another double crochet, and next is the fourth double crochet. So I have a total of 4 double crochets. Then I'll chain 2, then again continue with what I've been doing since, and this is what I'm going to do until I get the total of 7 rows. And yeah, let's continue. I'll show you. I'll meet you there. Okay, here I am with my 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have a total row of 7, and this is enough for what I want. And the next is to start another thing, and I'll chain 2, then turn my work, then I'll start working that chain 2 space with the 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, then 4 double crochets. Then I'll chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then slip stitch like this. Okay, then that same space make another 4 double crochets in the same space. And this is how it looks. All right, so next you count 3 stitches, 1, 2, then in the third one, 1, 2, 3, in the third one you slip stitch like this, then chain 1. Okay, all right, so then in the next 2 space, that is chain 2 space, we'll make another 4 double crochets in the same space, then chain 3, 2 and 3, then slip stitch and under like this, then under that same space make another 4 double crochets. So here is 4 double crochets, chain 3, slip stitch, then make another 4 double crochets in the same space in only the chain 2 spaces that we made before. And this is how my work is looking. So you continue with this same pattern, you skip 2, then in the third chain you slip stitch, then after slip stitching you chain 1, then under that chain 2 space you make another shell of 4 double crochets in the same space, chain 3, slip stitch those chains, then again 4 double crochets in the same space. Then I'll show you. Alright, so I'm back and this is how my work is looking. And the next thing we'll do is to work now on top of our top. And remember, we started with the counting 5 double crochets and put your stitch marker. So go ahead and count 5 double crochets, then you mark your work like this. Okay, so next I'll chain 2, then turn my work, and under that chain 2 I'll make a double crochet, then I'll make another double crochet, and this is what I'm going to do until I get to the place where I marked my work. Then I'll show you what to do. So continue with the double crochets in each stitch until you get to that part or to where you marked your work. Okay, so I'm at the place where I marked my work, and I'll make my last double crochet in that very chain where my stitch marker is, like this. Then again I'll chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then I'll go to the other side and make sure I attach it back, and it's still the same place where I marked my place is where I'll start with my double crochets. Okay, in that very stitch where the stitch mark is where I'm putting my first double crochet. Like this. Like this. Then next it is a double crochet, so I'll go with the double crochet until I get to the end of this row. Alright, so I'm at the end of this row, and I'm making my last double crochet. So next I'll chain 2, then turn my work, then under that chain 2 I'll make my double crochet. Then next I'll chain 4, 2, 3, and 4. Next I will skip 1, 2, 3, then in the 4th I'll make a double crochet, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, then in the 4th make a double crochet. Alright, so it's chain 4, skip 3, then in the 4th make a double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, then skip 1, 2, 3, and the 4th make a double crochet. So this is what you're going to do until you get to the middle, then I'll show you what to do in the middle. Okay, so I'm at the middle and I'll chain 3, not 4, I'll chain 3, then skip those 2 stitches, 1, 2, then in the 3rd make a double crochet on top of that last double crochet like this. Alright, so I chain 3, then skip 2. Alright, so next remove your stitch markers. Alright, so next I'll chain 1, 2, 3, then in the middle of that chain 10 I'll make a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet. So that is a V stitch. In the middle I've made a V stitch, then chain 3, 2, 3, then go back in the first stitch on top of that double crochet and make your double crochet, then chain 3, 1 2, then 3, then skip 2, then in the third make another double crochet, then chain 1 2 3 4, then skip 3, in the fourth make a double crochet like this. So go back to that pattern of 4 chains, skip 3, then in the fourth make a double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Alright, I'm at the end of this row, and what I need to do is to chain 2, turn my work, then make a double crochet in that very first stitch like this, then chain 4, then make a double crochet on top of that double crochet, then again chain 4, then make a double crochet on top of that double crochet. So do this until you get to the middle, then I'll show you. Okay, so now we are the middle, and here in the middle we are going to do another different thing. So you chain your 3 chains, then you skip this first double crochet and go direct to your V stitch. Alright, chain 3, skip that double crochet and go straight to your V stitch space like this, and make a double crochet. Alright, then chain 2, then another double crochet in the same space. So we have made another V stitch in the middle of the stitch. We skipped one, that place. So chain 3, 2, 3, and do the same thing. Then this side also you skip this, then go in the second double crochet on top of that double crochet like this. So I've done the same thing this side too. We have skipped 2 spaces. All right, so chain your usual 4, 3 and 4, then go to the next double crochet and double crochet on top, then do this until you get to the end. Alright, so we are at the end, and we still have our 1 double crochet. So you're going to make a double crochet on top of that chain 2 and a double crochet that we made before like this. Alright, okay, so next I'll chain 2, then turn my work, then make a double crochet under the chain 2, then make another double crochet, then make another double crochet and another double crochet, then the last double crochet. So we are making a total of 4 double crochets, all right, in the chain 4, then chain 1 on top of that double crochet, then in that same space of chain 4 you make a total of 4 double crochets. All right, it is 4 double crochets, chain 1, 4 double crochets. So go like this until we get to the middle, then I'll show you. Alright, so here we are at the middle. So we are going to do the same thing we did before. We are going to skip this double crochet, then go straight to the V stitch and make a double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet in the same space, which is a V stitch. All right, so next skip that double crochet, then go in that same space and make 4 double crochets in the same space. Then that is it. All right, so then chain 1 and continue with your 4 double crochets in the chain 4 space. Okay, then I'll meet you at the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row. What I'll need to do is to chain 2, turn my work and make a double crochet. Then next I'll chain 4, 3 and 4. Then make a double crochet under that chain 1 space like this. Alright, then chain again 4 and make a double crochet under that chain space like this. So do this until you get to the middle, then I'll show you. Alright, so I'm at the middle and I'm chaining 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then I'll go in the middle of that V stitch and last double crochet and make a double crochet. Then inside the V stitch I'll make another V stitch, which is double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet in the same space. Then again I'll make another double crochet in between here like this. So this is what we have created. Okay, the next I'll chain 4, then make my double crochet on top of that chain 1 space like this. So do this until you get to the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row and I'll chain 2 and turn my work, then start making double crochets in the first stitch like this. Then next I will chain 4, then make a double crochet on top of that double crochet like this. Okay, then I'll chain 4 again and repeat the same thing until I get to the middle, then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm at the middle, I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'll chain 3 and skip that first double crochet and go inside the V stitch with the V stitch, right, like this. V stitch is a double crochet, chain 2, then another double crochet in the same space. Then I'll do the same this side too. I'll chain 3, then go inside that chain 4 on top of that double crochet like this, so continue until you get to the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row and I'll chain 2, then turn my work, then repeat the third row of 4 double crochets in the same space, chain 1 and 4 double crochets in the same space like this. You make 4 double crochets under the chain 4, then chain 1 and again make 4 double crochets under the chain 4, and then I'll meet you in the middle. Alright, so we are the middle again. What we need to do is to skip and go direct to the V-stitch space and make a V-stitch like this. Then skip this side also and go in that chain of 4 and make 4 double crochets in the same space. Yeah, and this is how the work is looking. So you will continue with that 4 double crochets in chain 4, then chain 1 and again 4 double crochets in chain 4 until you get to the end of the row. Then I'll meet you there. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row and this is how everything is looking. So what I'll do, I'll chain 1, then turn my work, then I'll make a single crochet like this. Next is another single crochet, then I'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then slip stitch like this. Then now next I'll make a single crochet. Next is another single crochet. Okay, so I'll go to another group and make a single crochet. Next is a single crochet, then I'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then slip stitch under those loops like this, then make another single crochet and then another single crochet. So we are making 2 single crochets, chain 3, slip stitch, then make 2 single crochets on top of those double crochets. All right, so you will continue until you get in the middle, then I'll show you how to work in the middle. All right, so we are at the middle. What we are going to do is just to skip that double crochet and go direct in the middle and slip stitch, then chain 3, then again slip stitch on top of that chain 2 space. So this is how it looks. So you're going to continue with your 2 single crochets, chain 3, then slip stitch under the loops, then I'll meet you when you're done with the row. Alright, so this is how the work is looking, and next I'll be making the strands, and to make my strands I'll chain 3, under chain 3 I'll turn my work and make a double crochet in that same stitch. Alright, okay, then let's go again. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn my work, then under that chain 3 I'll make a double crochet in that space. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn my work, under that space I'll make a double crochet. So you continue until you get your desired length of your strands. Then you do the same thing on the other side too. You attach your yarn and start doing the same thing. All right. Okay, so I'm back with my strands and I went ahead and did a total of 55 chains here. Okay, so go ahead and attach your yarn and do the same thing. So next it will be working on the sides, and make sure you mark your work from the middle of your cup here like this downwards, right? All right, so next you attach your yarn to where you marked your work. Then turn your work on wrong side like this. Then start working inside those space. So if the space is wide, you make 2 single crochets. If the space is not wide, you make 1 single crochet in each space. All right. So now you will continue with your single crochets all around until you get to the end of the row. Then I'll meet you there. Remember, when the space is wide, you make 2 single crochets. If the space is not wide, you make 1 single crochet all around. Okay, so we are at the end of the row, and I'll chain 2, turn my work, and make a double crochet in the first stitch. Next is another double crochet. Next is another double crochet, and next is another double crochet. So I have a total of 4 double crochets, and I'll chain 2, then skip 2 in the third space, make another double crochet. So I've gone back to our pattern that we used at the bottom of the top. That's the same pattern you're going to use here. The same thing of 4 double crochets, chain 2 and 4 double crochets. So continue until you get to the end of the row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row, and what I'll do, I'll chain 2 and turn my work and continue with the same thing, which is the first is the double crochet under that first stitch. Then next is another double crochet. Then next it will be chain 2 and a double crochet and another double crochet, 3 double crochets, then 4 double crochet. So this is what you're going to do until you get the total of 6 rows. Then I'll meet you. All right. So after this side, make sure you go to the other side, because me, I'm done with my second side, and do the same thing. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm back with my 6 rows, and this is how it looks. So now the next thing will be to create a strands row where our strands will be passing when we are tying our top. Right. So next you chain 1, turn your work, Then make a single crochet in the first stitch, make another single crochet, make another single crochet, make another single crochet. Then you have a total of 5. Then inside the space make 2 single crochets, then chain 4. All right, then go to the next two chain space and make a single crochet, then another single crochet, then on top of those double crochet make another single crochet, then next another single crochet, next is another single crochet. All right, so chain 4 again, 1 2 3 and 4, then skip 4 chains, then in the 5th chains you're going to single crochet. So that is how to do it. You're going in with the 5 single crochets, then chain 4, skip 5 and make another 5 single crochets until you get to the end of the row. Alright, so I'm back and we want to make an X in the middle, and to make this X, make sure your chains are not very tight, because we're going to use chains to make. So go ahead and attach your yarn in the first corner. Alright, then slip stitch your yarn, then chain 10, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Make sure they are not tight. Then go in the middle of that chain 2 space, then slip stitch in the middle like this. All right, then chain 10 again, then go back to the other corner and slip stitch in the very first stitch that side like this. All right, like this, you see. Okay, then cut your yarn. After, attach your yarn on the other side, this side now. So go inside that first stitch and attach your yarn like this. Then start making your 10 chains. Make sure your chains are loose and not very tight. All right, then go inside that chain 2 space on your right hand side, then slip stitch in the middle of that chain 2 space like this. Then after, chain 10 again, and again go back to this side and slip stitch in the first stitch like this. Okay, then you cut off your yarn and weave in all your ends, and that will be all. Okay, so I'll say thank you so much from the start to here, and if this was your first time coming across my videos, Please do not forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll say bye bye. See you in my next one.